we could drop this in the chat. So the upgrade process is going very, very smoothly. I want to put it out there. So I have the ability, if we got, probably about 20 people, I can help upgrade today. Got the money sitting in my wallet, and I'm about to do another transfer over. So what we've been doing is just recycling the money through. So not to have for people to be lazy. That's not what I'm saying. But if your people have been having an issue with the Zelle or, the Bitcoin or whatever, if they've been having an issue trying to get through the process, Reagan and I have been helping, as well as Jacob and Megan have been helping facilitate people to get through that process. So I can help around 20 people today. You better get it while supplies last, right? And really trying to drive through to specific leaders like Tola Group. The London group needed some help, so I've been helping them. Mr. Rahman Hodge had a call with them yesterday. I spoke to Louise today, just really trying to help that particular team get going. You guys have done an amazing job of just building up the balance of your business. So we just wanted to make sure that we got you situated where you actually can grow. So that's what I've been doing from yesterday and today. Reagan and I have been trying to push the teams that we see had the right balance that they're needed, but they're having an issue with the people upgrading to hit the ranks. And so we just want to make sure that we extend out that olive branch to you guys to be able to help you get what you need to get done. Let's make sure that we just keep pushing, you know what I mean? So we want to make sure that you guys know that. So we have about 20, 25 people today. The Super Bowl is coming up, so you better get it fast because the boy gonna get some chicken wings and a cold one here in a second. So you want to make sure that you get it while we're sitting still, right? So when you send in the information, make sure you got the username. We need the username. Obviously, we need to make sure that we have the person's membership number and put their full name in there. So Reagan put some stuff in the chat right quick. She says, say the email address to your email, upgrade.xtremefx@gmail.com. And that girl be creating emails all over the place. Look at that. We got an upgrade email. So send your stuff there, right? Send it there. We can see it. We can go ahead and get you guys situated and get you upgraded as soon as possible. Again, guys, we're about to go into our third cycle. I want to make sure this is crystal clear, guys. We're about to go into our third pay cycle. We had the first one. This is the second one that closed out today. And then obviously, Monday will be our third cycle. So we're doing an amazing job, making sure we're pushing, guys. We have done none less than $150,000 paying out to the field on each cycle. So we're doing an incredible job with smooth payouts. Again, like we said before, our whole goal with the enrollment process is to make sure that everybody understands that we are not doing credit cards. That would be 100% glitch in the system. It would be continuously Bitcoin in, Bitcoin out. We're not trying to deal with fiat currency at all. So in doing so, in the playbook, you'll see the information for your people for the crypto blockchain plug.com, right? So they can go there, do their KYC. I did it. I got approved the same day. You could do it actually for a business as well as you could do it for personal, right? And so I did both. I did my LLC, right? This is good for you guys to know. I did my LLC as well as I did it for my personal, and they both got approved the same day. So I know it may be different for different people, but we're having a conversation with that owner to get that stuff situated ASAP. So we don't want any of this stuff to be a mental deterrent, right? Or you guys' business exploding, right? So make sure we upgrade quickly. We can help you today. We pushing them particular leaders that we see need the help, to make sure they get through the process as leaders, the people that you have in your business. Please try to do the same, right? We all know on the weekend is unfortunate, but that's how it goes, right? As leaders, we got to kind of stay stationary on the weekend because we got to make sure people get what they need to hit their ranks, right? And it's kind of crazy. Monday, Tuesday, everybody kind of go back and doing what they was doing. But over the weekend, 100% people get focused on hitting their ranks. So today is that day. Be mindful, again, with the Super Bowl stuff going on. You got to kind of get your people early. So me knowing that was coming in, I started sending out memos to my team Friday, Saturday, letting them know where they was at so we can make sure that we got them all the way situated, right, for today. So get it while supplies last. So on the money coming in, on everything moving forward, guys, I'm gonna give you 3 tips real quick. Reagan's putting a lot of stuff in the memo right now. Make sure you saving that and moving forward. I'm gonna give you 3 tips right now that I feel like as a builder, that you can do well with when you're trying to move your team right now through this process of upgrading. Because remember, it's only going to be a couple of more weeks, right? I mean, I'm talking about like a week or maybe 2 that this even going to be a conversation and people are going to start losing their spots. Guys, it'll almost be 2 months. Can you believe that? Since this happened, right? When this transition first happened, it was December 21st, right? The weekend right before Christmas. Guys, look at it. We at February the 7th. the 7th. So we done made it through December, through January, right? And now we about to be at February 21st. It'll be 2 months here in a second since this transition happened. Look what God has done for us in a short period of time. I mean, it's been amazing for us to be able to come out of a transition, you know what I'm saying, regroup a company. We're about to go through our 3rd pay cycle right now smoothly, no issues, without a merchant account. Let me say that, 0 chargeback, no issues. Guys, that's unheard of, man. Y'all put some fire in the chat. That's absolutely unheard of. If to be able to do what we've done in that short period of time, that is absolutely unparalleled to anything I've ever seen in my years of business. And so I don't care what somebody say we don't have. It's a lot that we do have. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot that we have got done. You follow me? So we gotta, you know, give homage and pay respect to what it is. It is not normal to move 40,000 people, transition and build an entire platform, you know, with products and services and leaders and personal development, financial literacy and academy, you know what I'm saying, go through 3 different pay cycles smoothly without an issue. Guys, that is unparalleled to anything that's in this industry. We got companies right now that are going through an extreme issues. I mean, they're having major financial problems, guys, and they've been around a couple of months, but a lot of things that we've been seeing that we've been saying no to, that they wanted speed, right? And I've been telling you guys from the day one, y'all know my saying, put it in the chat, protect the house. You know what I mean? We don't want speed, we want stability. You follow me? Once you've been around this industry for a long time, you realize speed kills, right? You want stability. You don't just want speed. You want a business that's going to be around for a long time. And so our 100% goal has been to protect this house. And yes, we ran through, you know, a lot of numbers. We did 31,000 people pre-registered. We had about 7,000 or so that's upgraded. Guys, that's beautiful. We're moving in the right direction. You understand? But at the end of the day, the whole goal is stability. I'll take stability over speed any day, because faster go up and faster go down. Hello. And so what we want is stability. You follow me? And so I am extremely excited to say that we have been through this cycle. We are helping a lot of people go in the right direction, and our money is healthy. Our leadership team is good. We got the support of the community behind us. You know, we got the great partner like my running buddy Tammy over there. You know, we got her going. We got Dr. Dixon over here making sure our production is good. Again, make sure, guys, all of our training, we're really about to really get tight on this. We've been kind of like transitioning, but all of our training is going to His Grace Broadcasting Network. It is live right now on Android. It is live on the iPhone. So you want to make sure that you do that, because I promise you, when the lights go off, it's going to be clink, clink. I'm telling you, a lot of stuff is going to get shut down. So you want to make sure you start transitioning your team mentally and emotionally, because we don't want to hear the crying once we did it. We've been saying it for like weeks now, that the transitioning is happening, right? And so I know we got 7,000 people that's already in our platform, and it's under 1,000 people that's registered to the app. I'm a data person. So what that tells me is people are not really listening, and they're not really taking it serious. And so I'm telling you, it's going to get serious when these lights go off, right? And so all that training that people's been getting for free on YouTube is going to go away. And unless they hear it live at 11 o'clock or going through one of our different training sessions, they're not going to get it. And we're not going to apologize, because we've been doing a really, really good job of being proactive and telling everybody that proprietary information is going to be in certain places. And we have put a lot of work and time and energy and effort into building an amazing platform, and it's not for everybody. If a person hasn't committed to us, why should we commit to them? And we're not committing to feeding other people's households who's not committed to Xtream FX Global Academy. And so we want to make sure that that commitment is 100% in place to us as we're committed to you. We spent hundreds of thousands of dollars as founders to be able to create this platform, and made amazing strategic relationships across the country and across the world to be able to bring this type of value to our people. Why would we give it away for free? Right? And so that doesn't make sense. That's not a good business principle. We all for serving, but we have to be, you know, we got to do all things in decency and in order. And we're not going to run our business out of order, right? It will be 100% in order. So if you want the content that's out here, you will have to go to His Grace Broadcasting Network in order to get it. following this upcoming week. Our academy information, everything is probably uploaded, finished today. We have to make sure, guys, that you understand a lot of lights is going to go out from the Zooms. It got some gray areas that probably is going to stay out there for 30 to 60 days as we transition. But all of our live sessions for the academy is 100% in the back office. Our personal development stuff is in the back office. We got a couple community different things as we're going to move forward this week. It's going to be out here, but not a whole lot, right? Because that transition, as we're talking with Tony and Alameen and with Tanny with her group, like we got a couple different areas, Chi and Christy, that we're kind of gray on, but the transition has happened. So we want to make sure we're in the right place, guys. So let's make sure, number one, three tips. I just want to give you some community stuff, and I'm going to give you 3 things right now to take home with you to make sure you got everything you need. Number one, you need to go through all your personals right now. Right, I had 60 personals. Check the scoreboard. I had about 60 different personals, and half of them upgraded. Right, some of them say they're not going to do it. Right, that was cool. We knew that was going to happen. So it happened for me. It's going to happen for you. You're going to have some people that's going to upgrade, and you're going to have some people that's not. So number one, you need to go through all your personals, guys, and understand the key to this. If you got 10, 11, 12 different levels in your organization, it's virtually impossible for you to be able to go through them all. But this is what you can do. You can go through your personals, and you can contact your personals. That's 2 tiers. You can do that, right? So if I brought in Apostle Dixon into the business, then I could talk to Apostle Dixon about make sure he's upgraded, make sure he got his particular package that he's supposed to have, right? At a 99, 124 and above, right? I don't, that's to me, that's where it starts. The 124 is where it starts, where a person get the common unity tokens, they get the shopping tokens, they get to get the stuff at wholesale. That's the beginning place to unlock the matrix of everything, right? If a person just want the 99 for the education, that's fine too. But most of my people did both, right? Because I got a training I'm about to go through. It's called Master the Flip. And I'm going to teach people how to flip the money in Xtream from the different streams to fund their account. So you never should have a money issue in this platform. But one thing he can do is I'm going to contact him as my personal, then I'm going to talk to him about contacting his personals, right? So we can go through that and make sure that if he had 10 personals, did you contact all 10 of your personals and get them upgraded and make sure they choose their package, right? This is something that we have to do. We have to contact our personals and have our personals contact their personals. You can go 2 tiers, right, into that process, right? That's step number 1. Step number 2 is you have to taproot your leaders. So one thing you're going to have to do is identify who your leaders are, right? They may not be a personal, right? You got to identify who they are, right? Once you identify who they are, you got to taproot them down. And so what does that mean, right? You got to taproot and you got to find that leader, and you have to go levels below that leader and keep helping their people go through, guys. We got to get new people in the business. So one thing is to upgrade the people that we have, but we also got to make sure that we're taprooting, right, our key leaders all the way down. Like I got some key leaders that deserve my time, right? I got some people in my organization who want my time, right? But I haven't seen anything they've done on their own, right? So to remember that, you got to give your people your time to where it's deserved, not where it's wanted. Put that in your notes. Give your time to where it is deserved, not just wanted, right? Because we only have 24 hours in a day, right? So what I do when I look at how I spend my time, when I go through my leadership chart, I look at what leaders have been doing without me. That's what I do. You know what I'm saying? Like I look at what have leaders been doing without me. And then when I can see what they've done without me, then I can see how they can do better with me, right? And then so I connect myself to those leaders, then I taproot down and I help them rank up. That's what I do. So whether it's with my time and my money, or whether it's with my money, because I don't have a lot of time, but I see what they need that we can communicate and I can shoot the money to them. That's how I do it. I'm just telling you how I built my business, right? I identify who them leaders are, and I'm going to taproot them down. And I'm gonna give my time to where it's deserved, not just where it's needed. Like Hadassah, I'm in Hadassah chat. Hadassah got some of the best flyers ever. You know what I'm saying? Like she put some flyers up there. She sent all her chats to her team. I'm looking and said, daggone, this girl don't miss nothing, right? And it makes me be on point because I got to like, man, what's going on? Okay, I said, Hadassah, I need that flyer. You know, so when you got people that you see that's adding value to you as a leader, what should you do? You add more value back to them, right? You put more value back in. It has to be value in, value out. You can't give your time to people in your organization team who just keep taking from you, right? You can't do that because what's going to happen, they're going to drain you. Put that in the chat. You will get drained giving time to people who don't add value to you. That can't happen, right? So you have to understand you have group settings for everybody, and you got them private, intimate sessions with people that bring value, right? Apostle Dixon is a value person. So if I'm talking to Apostle Dixon, I know he's giving me something I can feast on, right? I need that recharge, right? Then I can give him something that can get him going. Guys, we have to have value exchanges. Like, I'm trying to give you the nuggets of how to grow a healthy business. You can't just be doing it any haphazard type of way, guys. You got to make sure. So number one, you got to identify your persons, right? Number two, you got to identify who your leaders are. You got to identify who your leaders are, and you got to tap root them down and make sure you're giving some type of value exchange, guys. And the third thing of it is, guys, you got to make sure you replicate this process. I believe in systems. I always say systems win and people fail 100% of the time. Systems win and people fail, right? So what you have to understand is, as we're going through this process of replicating these people, you got to have a mindset of making sure you teaching your key leaders how to do the same thing, because you don't want key leaders going bad in their own mind. I've seen so many leaders that they just on a Ferris wheel. I mean, they just going through the motions, and I'm trying to figure out, like, damn, this person got a bunch of value. This person is really intelligent. This person, like, they showing up to everything. What's the problem? I don't see their ranks. Like, they're not growing through the process. And the issue is they're doing some of their own stuff and they're missing some steps, right, in the process. So we got to make sure we got key people that's replicating the process, right, and getting out of their own way, right? So I had to do the same thing, guys. I had to learn how to, stay close. If you heard my story, you heard me say that I emulated leaders that I wanted to be like. I got around people that I wanted to be like, right? I got around leaders that was more financially strong than me. They were sharper financially. They were sharper with building teams. And I got around close to that. And I imitated their jokes, their punchlines, their presentations. I mean, I would just be like in their mouth. Like, I want to see what they're saying. I want to feel what they're feeling. I want the crowd reaction that I see that they got. I had to learn the mannerisms of the people that I wanted to be like, right, in business. If I had to really study that, right? And once I studied that, I believe in anything you want to be good in life, you study it. And so what I began to do is study the leaders, that was leading me and teaching me. And that helped me to become better, right? And I began to replicate those processes, right? I began to replicate. Remember, a replica is an offspring of the master copy, right? Duplication is a duplicate. Is duplication creates deviation. So we don't want duplication. We want replication. We want to be close to the master copy, right? And so if I want to get close to the master copy, I want to get close to the people that's running the system the tightest. Replication, right? You want to be an offspring of the master copy. So as the master copy, if I'm one that's creating a system, I have to make sure I'm giving my team 100% the rawness of the process, the PS3. I don't even talk about the program. When I'm showing people the plan, right, of how to get involved in Xtream, I send in the video. I send in a 15-minute video. Hey, man, listen, me and my partner's got an amazing platform. I want you to take a look at it. You keep your options to make some extra money part-time. Yes or no? Yes. Okay, great. Hey, listen, I'm about to show you guys. I'm about to send you this 15-minute video. It's 2:30 right now. It's 15 minutes. Can I call you back at 2:50? Can you watch it right now? Yes. Okay, great. Watch the video. When they hit me back on the video, I say, did you watch? Oh, yes. Okay, great. Let's hop on the line. Then I talk. I don't even talk to nobody if they don't watch the video. You ain't watched yet? Okay, hit me back after you watch it. No problem. You going to watch it now? You're going to watch it when you get off of work. Guys, this is the system. I do not get outside of the system because I want every member in my team to replicate the right process. Because I'm a communicator, I mean, I say less. Because what's going to happen if you're a great communicator, what they going to say? Man, I can't talk like you. Man, I can't say it the way you say it. I don't know. And they're going to make all these bullcrap reasons in their head of why they can't do the process. Network marketing, a big part of a successful MLM team is replication. Replication. You have to make sure, even as a leader, that you do it the same way. Because you want a person that has half of your ability or half of your talent to be able to do it the same way. So experience can't be an excuse. Put that in the chat. Experience can't be an excuse. Right? I was telling a young man yesterday, right? I believe when I first came into the industry, I'm going to close it out after this, and I may open it up for some Q&A for a couple of minutes, right? I just wanted to have a quick call just to kind of touch base with you guys and help you guys launch these businesses out and close out these ranks before the Super Bowl. And I was having a conversation with a leader yesterday, right? And he asked me a real good question, and this may be good for you guys that's on the call right now. He asked me, and the question was, he said, is an agent with the confidence that you have, And he said, you know, as a leader, I'm trying to learn the business. What can I do to be able to, as I'm learning, to help recruit people? He said, because, and there's a great quote, I gotta go back through, the brother asked me, we got the quote from, but I'm gonna paraphrase it. He said, it's one thing, he said, as a lion, he said, it's one thing, he said, you can be a lion leading sheep or a sheep leading lions. He said, a lion, he said, what did he say? He says, a lion leading sheep could win, but a sheep leading lions would lose. And the analogy of that was so powerful to me, that everything rises and falls with leadership. You know what I'm saying? He said a person could be a sheep leading lions and they'll lose, but a leader could be a lion leading sheep and they'll win. And the analogy of that was so powerful to me, because everything rises and falls on leadership. And so when he asked me the question, he said, how can I, this was him to, like, this is a very humble, you know, conversation. I got to record, I'm gonna put it in the chat later. He said, how can I, while learning, be able to lead the people and help them, because I don't have the success that you guys have yet? I said, man, listen, let me tell you something. One thing I learned early in my career is I learned how to stay close to my leaders. And you have to get good at selling the process, right? You may not have the success monetarily yet or the freedom that you want. This may be good for everybody, right? As you pushing on this way to get your upgrades and your rank done, you have to be good at selling, you know, showing the process and showing the progress. Come on, through your process that you're having in order to feel the success, because success is just not money. So you may be able to sell the success of Reagan, sell the success of Megan, talk about Jacob, talk about Tony, talk about Javion. Like you could sell the process, right, of that happening, but you got to be able to show your progress of excitement that you're further along. I say, man, listen, if you show the people this, I downloaded MT4, man, I'm learning how to train, learning how to take signals. Man, hey, look, check this out. That's progress. You got to be able to show your progress, right? And be excited about it, because what happened is energy transmits. When you're excited, energy starts to transmit, and most people are dull and boring. They have no energy. They have no excitement, right? And so when you're actually showing your process and your progress of what you've been doing along the way, that is showing success, right? Because you're better today than you was yesterday, and you know more than they do. So you may not make that, you may not be at the 5,000 a week yet, or the 2,000 a month yet, right? Or the 20,000. You may not be there yet, but you've made progress. Get good at showing your progress, right? And going through the process with excitement and sharing, right, the success of other people. And that's what people are going to join, because people join people, not companies. So when I went to my first 100,000, right, in income, my mentor was making 105,000. He did so in a year. That was his record. He made his first 12 months, he made 105,000 a year. And I was like, dang, I wanted to break that record. And so when I joined the company at that time, I was making around 50,000 in my corporate job. He was making 250,000 in his business. And I was like, man, he ain't 5 times more man than me. Like, what's up with that? That's crazy. And so I imitated him. I learned him. I learned his process. And me sticking close to him, and I sold his success, and I showed my progress. You understand what I'm saying? As I was coming through, I showed them what I was going for, and I showed my progress along the way. A lot of people joined me. Why? Because they saw where I was going. You understand what I'm saying? It's not just where you're at now. You got to get good at selling your progress and your process that you're going through on the way to success. It's not just the destination. You got to get good at being excited that you're going in the right direction, right? And when you do that and you exude that energy, what people gonna want to do is join you in business. You follow me? Because they don't got nothing that exciting in their life. They life boring. They life dull. You excited, you turned up, you crunk because you're going in the right direction, right? You got to sell that. That's what you want to be selling, right? It's just not the money or the checks. You sell the energy of the process. Watch how many more people join you, right? And so what happened is I made 110,000 in 11 months. I broke his record, not because I was focusing on myself. I was focusing on my leader and learning the process and showing my progress along the way, and people felt my energy. And then my leader started to give me some respect and some homage. So now people are seeing that I respect. Come on, this is key. y'all can't miss this, right? If you're trying to grow up your ranks, you can't miss this. This is a big part of your growth. As I was showing respect, right, to my upline, right? What happened? Then I was showing him as being the expert, my mentor, right? I'm paying homage, right, to the one helping me. What happened was he began to show respect and homage to me, right? As a person that was listening to his leadership. Some of y'all don't miss this. I was listening to his leadership and I was charting my progress, right? And they're seeing my process. Now, what's happening now is that people below me on my team started to look at me as what? As the expert. You follow me? As the person that they can copycat, as the person that they can follow behind. So what happened was that I'm giving homage to an expert, right? Who's giving homage to me as a good mentee, who now my people's looking at me as an expert. Now I'm giving respect up, right? And then he's respecting me down. Now my people are looking up, they're giving me respect up, right? So what happened is now people doing what? They're duplicating my process. They're selling my progress, right? And this is how my team grew. So it wasn't about me just becoming successful because I was humble enough to sell somebody else's success as I was accomplishing my own. I wouldn't like, man, they think y'all. Nah, that's a salty mindset. You can't grow like that. So I was humble that he took time to teach me. You follow me? And then what I did was I showed that, and my team was humble that I was with them. Come on. Because what I gave, I got back. You follow me? It's no coincidence that I'm in a position in my life that I am. I've always been hungry and humble, right? And some people miss it being haters, and you can't be that type of person. You have to be that person that whatever you can glean from your leader and be able to get something from them in knowledge and wisdom and understanding, you have to get that and give it to your team. And then your team will do the same for you. And what's going to happen is that process of replication, even in good spirit, happens. Come on, don't forget that. It's not just about replicating your system. Some of y'all got to replicate a good spirit. You know, follow me? You got to replicate a good mind. And as you do that all the way through, your team is healthy. Your team is going to grow, and they're going to understand the process. And this is no coincidence of why I've had people in my organization like for 5, 10, and 15 years. You follow me? Because I've replicated a good spirit and a good mindset through my team. And me and my leaders haven't always got along. That's not natural, right? We're men, right? Most of my leaders been men, right? And so this is the most, I don't work with women this close, right? In a leadership team in a long time, right? But it's cool because I don't work with women that was multi-millionaires as well. But most of my men, my leader, my mentors were men. And so men gonna be men. We clash. We both alphas and lions, but it's never was disrespectful. And another thing we never done, we never disagreed in front of the team. Never, never. I just think that's poor leadership. If you have anything with your leader, you handle it behind closed doors. We never make it a big scene in front of the team because y'all gonna have your issue and then go back to being straight, but your team will never forget it. It's almost like in a marriage. You can't talk about stuff with family because y'all break up and move on and the family still hate the partner. You know what I'm saying? So you can't be that way. Leaders have to handle things the right way, guys. So I want to make sure I gave you guys 100% a couple nuggets. Number one, your personals, number two, make sure you're tap rooting down, guys. And then the third thing, replicate this process. This platform is too good. You follow me? This platform is too good. You know what I mean? For anybody to be stuck in a position, guys. So I hope this was be helpful to you. I hope you're able to get something from this. I hope you're able to grow from it. So we're gonna open it up for a couple of questions real quick. Reagan, if you could unmute the chat. Anybody got any questions? I'm gonna check the chat, see if anything was in there. Anybody have any questions? We'll take a couple questions real quick.
They can unmute on their own, Adrian.
Okay, all right, teammates. Any questions real quick? We can hit a couple points for you.
I'm good.
Hey, good afternoon.
How you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. Thanks for taking the time out to, lead from the front and do this amazing training today. I wanted to ask you, what is it for this network in particular, industry rather, are you reading to stay abreast or that keeps you sharp?
Crystal Bell. Crystal, where are you located?
I'm in Indianapolis, Indiana.
Indy, you went Indy.
Yes, I'm new to the industry as well as to Xtream. So just like seven days, literally just had my 1 week anniversary.
Good deal. Well, welcome to the family, first of all, Krista. Thank you for being with us. We appreciate that. One thing I would tell you, as far as staying sharp in the industry, I mean, I'm a reader, all day. Like, leaders are readers, what I've been taught. They say the average person don't read a book from cover to cover after high school. That's 90% of the population. But I understand that the average CEO reads 12 to 20 books a year. And so that's the top 2% of income in the country. And so when you understand that, like, in order to be sharp, right, you got to put something in. Me and Aaron was having this conversation the other day. I see, he's on right now. It's certain books that got to be in your Rolodex. That's kind of like not just industry. Because with me being a business consultant, I always say all businesses are the same to me. I don't care what the industry is. All businesses deal with people, profit and losses, making good decisions or bad decisions with the money, and making the people the right way. All businesses are the same, and regardless of industry. And so I look at this business the same as I would any other business. So a couple of men to you, number one, Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. I mean, a person really got to go through that. That's the first book I read from cover to cover when I was 18, right? And I read it several times since then. It's talking about the mindset of how we have, go to school, get education, get a good job, how that brainwashed people to be poor, heavy in debt, a lot of plaques on the wall, but no money in the bank account. You know what I'm saying? And that's not what you want. Christopher Columbus don't pay your bills as you get older. So understanding them type of stories don't really do nothing for you. And so I'm always been a realist and understanding how money really works. So then another book, I would tell you, Eat That Frog, one of my favorite books, against procrastination. My saying has always been procrastination is the assassination of your destination. It will kill the future. If you put stuff off to tomorrow all the time, that's a bad characteristic for a leader. I believe if you're going to build a big business, you have to execute at a high level. So the other book I would recommend is Grant Cardone, The 10X Rule. He talks about how to have exponential growth, and that's doing stuff at a 10X level, which is more than what you thought it was going to take to be able to get to a certain level, because you don't know the work is going to be required to get to a level that you ain't never been. And so I think that's one thing we got to understand why mentors are so important, because they've already done it. And so since you've never done it, you could think it takes this level, but it takes this level. So it may take some sacrifice and some growing pains to get there. That's a great book for you. Another book I'll give you real quick is How to Win Friends and Influence People, right? That's a great book. And Think and Grow Rich. Think and Grow Rich is a great book, Napoleon Hill. And the last one, Stephen Covey's 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, right? And so I understand success is about habits. If you got bad habits, you're going to have a bad future. You know what I'm saying? I heard a gentleman say the other day, Dr. Frazier, and it hit me. He said, when you're born, you look like your parents, but when you die, you look like your choices. Whew. Yo, that was so heavy. That was so heavy. When you're born, you look like your parents, but when you die, you look like your choices. And so, got people that we done grew up with who look like life. They look like bad choices, right? So we want our life to look like good choices. So we have to understand habits. So Stephen Covey's 7 Habits of Highly Effective People is a must read, right? Because it's 7 habits that all successful people have that they embody if they're going to be successful for a long time. A lot of people can hit success and lose it because they change their habits. So it's another thing to obtain it, is another thing to maintain it. And so, it's a lot of growth in this, man. I got, 20 plus years of working on me. You know what I'm saying? So, I just want to put that out there, that you can become better in 21 days. As I said, take 21 days to make or break a habit. So if you make a choice, you'll be better at habits over the next, 21 days if you incrementally make better choices. But the maturity comes in is, can you stay like that? Right? Can you create that consistency to become a better person, not just temporarily, but for the rest of your life? So I hope that helped you.
Absolutely.
Adrian, someone was asking for that book list, so I'll get those from you and we'll post them in the group, in one of the groups.
Okay, I can run them back down. I got them in my head. I done read these same books for 25 years. Number one, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki. Number 2, Eat That Frog. That's by Brian Tracy. I think that one is. Number 3, how to win friends and influence people. I got that one. How to win friends and influence people. Y'all got that one? Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Eat That Frog. How to win friends and influence people. Hold on 1 second. Stephen Covey, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Hold on 1 second. All right, so you got that one? 10X Rule by Grant Cardone. All right, okay, y'all got them all in there?
What was the 7 Habits one, Adrian?
7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen Covey. All right, y'all got them all? How to Win Friends and Influence People, Eat That Frog, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, 10X Rule, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, Think and Grow Rich. That's the other one. As a man thinketh, so is he. So Think and Grow Rich. All right, so I hope that helps. All right, so Kayla, Carl, how you pronounce that? K-R.
I go by Jackie.
Hmm?
I go by Jackie.
Kathy, okay. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, this is Jackie. Questions. I had text you about it, but like if you see somebody on Facebook that's voiced interest about stocks, like somebody else is putting on something, but they are interested in stock. I was just, do you think it's a good idea to like DM them and say, that, you would like to share a platform that trumps the stock market? I see that you were interested in stock, and this may be something that, you're interested in. I just kind of want to see, is that a good approach to take? And if so, kind of what would be the best way to approach that?
Absolutely. So we're talking about prospect. All right. So this is how do you prospect somebody who show interest in stocks, right? And so a person that understands. So let's just take the category off of it, and let's just say investments, right? So we take, because stocks is a segment of investment. So let's just take that out, right? And so the approach should be to the person is, I see you keep your options open for investment. I see you like I see that you like investments. Do you keep your options open to foreign exchange investments as well? And so I always ask a person an open-end question, right? I'll identify what I see. I see you like stocks. Do you keep your options open for foreign exchange investments as well? Because they're both investments, and they're a lot alike. They're more alike than they are different, right? And so one of the reasons that some people don't do Forex is because they don't understand it, right? But they understand stocks because they do understand it. So it's still a lot of people who don't understand that form of investment. That's why they haven't moved in that direction yet. And so always ask them a question, right? I see that you like stocks, right? Do you keep your options open to in Forex investments? And when they say yes, I'll say, okay, great. If they say, no, I don't really know anything about it, it's okay, well, great. Well, listen, my company that I'm affiliated with, we operate in that space. I want to show you some information that may interest you, and send them a 15-minute video. I always ask a person a question, then I send them the video, because you never want to get into the place where you're talking so much. Peak interest, show the plan. That's the whole key. So that peak interest is just, you got to lead with a compliment a lot of times with people, man. Listen, great job of what you're currently doing. Hey, listen, by the way, do you keep your options open to this? If so, I got some information I want to share with you. So I always lead with a compliment, man. If I'm in the store, hey, what's up, man? Nice suit. Definitely. What kind of work you do? Hey, listen, are you into business? Okay, great. Me too. Listen, you keep your options open to make some extra money part-time. I got an opportunity I think could be good for you. You always lead with a compliment. So you got to tell a person, great job, or hey, listen, I see what you're doing. People like to be recognized. So recognize them for what they're doing. Give acknowledgement to what they're doing. Most people that are bad recruiters is because they throw up on people too much. They're always trying to tell a person what they're doing, or they trying to tell a person how great their platform is versus the other person's platform. Their platform been feeding their family already. Whatever they're doing a good job of it. So you don't want to damage a relationship before you start it, because people can get offended that way, right? So you want to compliment, you want to show respect, you want to show acknowledgement, however you find the words to do that, and then ask them an open-ended question to be able to get a response Then after you get the response, you follow with the video. Does that make sense? That's how I would do that, Kay. I will always lead with a compliment and ask a question, then I'll show the plan. That's how I would do it. All right, next person. All right, Danae, what's up, sis?
Hello, how are you?
I'm doing great, superstar. How are you?
I'm awesome. I wanted to ask a question about, you know, as I am leading my team, I just really wanted to know if you would recommend meeting with them once a week, every day to check on them. I'm trying to not like manage, but I'm trying to lead. And I think sometimes I'm trying to schedule different times throughout the day for each person, but that could definitely take a lot. And I just want to make sure that I'm doing it the correct way.
Great job. All right, so listen, let me say this. Congratulations, first of all, because most leaders don't even have a team huddle at all. And that's key. You know what I'm saying? Look, think about it. In football, how many times do they have a huddle? After every play. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it's a part of the process that have a huddle, right? So teams should, and I used to have that, like teams to be like, they'd be like, oh my God, we meet too often. What? Did you realize any championship level team, the teams who meet the most win the most? And so it's a mindset of getting in sync. And the teams who lose is because they're not on the same page. Everybody got their own little whatever going on. That's why our teams, they only do that once a season, right? Because you can't take those many players who head in different spaces. They only can play with each other one time. Like they can't play with each other for a whole season because they're not in sync like that. They just got a lot of talent. And that's what I see with teams who don't have meetings, right? There's a lot of people who got a lot of talents, but they're not in sync with each other. That's why the teams don't explode. You need to have a team huddle as often as you can. You follow me? So what I need to do with my team is that I would have my call, and once I get out of this phase, you know, this kind of my free Dynamite phase, and when I get back in sync, at 10 o'clock, I have my call Monday through Friday. Monday through Friday, it's a set time. Monday through Friday, because again, teams have to have consistency, right? So everybody may not be able to make the same meeting time, but you got to figure out a time, and you got to set your meeting, and that's your team meeting time, period. You can't be bouncing around through everybody's schedule. That's inconsistent. Teams need consistency tonight. So you got to have a set time that your team meeting is and your team huddle, and you keep it right there. Now, if you have to have private calls with your teams in their groups, right, to help them launch, that's one thing, right? But your set team call need to be at a set time. Whether it's Monday, Wednesday, Friday, whether it's you know, Tuesday, Thursday, whatever it is, as the leader, you need to set that bar so everybody raises to that standard. If they know that they're gonna be able to catch you at any different time, then they're gonna play you like they're gonna play you like a violin. You can't do that because you gotta respect your own schedule, right? Make sure you understand that. Respect your own schedule. You have to stick to the schedule you have to do to build your business. Doing stuff with them as a leader, as an asset, right? Is a plus to their business, but you can't be all over the place because it's gonna make you inconsistent. And teams have to have consistency. Does that make sense? So let's make sure that you set the bar, you stay there, you follow me? Those who can gravitate to it, come to it, right? And those who can't, get the recording. That's it. And they'll start noticing that they have more questions they need to get answered, but they can't answer them through the recording. And so then you got to tell them, hey, listen, this is our call time. Make sure you make the call to get the questions answered at that time. And they'll want to be on a live call. Does that make sense? But you got to keep the standard where it needs to be so that you're not all over the place. Teams got to have consistency today. That's where they got to be. I hope that helped you. You're a great leader. I know you got the right heart. So I appreciate your question. But you're not meeting too much. You're probably not meeting enough. Right? And so you got to make sure you meet often to grow your business. Often. All right. Next person. I got time for one or two more and I'm gonna get out of here. I got to get back in the closet. All right. So
Adrian, this is Lisa Dunn. Can I ask a question also?
absolutely, Ms. Dunn. Go ahead.
Okay. Related to the team huddles, I have some great leaders on my team who are comfortable staying in the background. And so the last few huddles we've had, I've given them assignments or asked them, you know, what's your passion? What can you teach, the team, how can I do more to bring them out, to have them be more of a leader?
All right, so let me say this. Let me turn this video back on. Let me say this. I don't believe you can make leaders. I stand on this. You don't make leaders, you find them. And that's just the process. Like, you don't make leaders, you find leaders, right? And so what happens of it is that going back to today's situation, you got some people that like being in the background, once you got your standard, but you're saying you got people that's in the background, they like being in the background. If a person likes being in the background and they don't mind assisting, right? Some people are just not made to be at the front. So it depends on what you are requiring or you are asking them to do. If you're asking them to come to the front and they're not a forefront person, then that's just not the right person. You know what I'm saying? Because their natural personality is going to put them there, right? If they're a person that's a good assistant, right, but they need to be behind the scene to feel comfortable, then that's just where they are, right? So I believe is that you go through the numbers of people and you're doing a lot of recruiting and you're bringing a lot of people, you'll find the pieces to be in the right places. Does that make sense? So that's, in my mind, that's why they got like an NFL and the NBA draft, because you're looking for players to put in certain places that you need for a team. And so you may have a person that's comfortable behind the scene, but you want to get them to be at the forefront, but that's not their personality. You follow me? So it's a reason that, we have Reagan in customer service, who's behind the scene, and Megan at the forefront as the mass distributor. They have two different personalities. Both of them are highly effective in their spaces, but they have two different spaces. Does that make sense? So you want to make sure you only allow people to operate in their gifts wherever they are, that they're comfortable. That's the only way you're going to get the best out of them. I got some people that's behind the scene, like I'm behind the scene right now. I'm behind the scene. I'm not at the forefront right now. I'm behind the scene, but I'm effective at what I'm doing. You follow me? So I just want to be careful when we say, how can we get people to be more leaders? I don't believe that you can make leaders. I believe that you find leaders. And I believe as you do find people, you allow them to operate in their gift wherever they're comfortable. And then eventually the right type of people will start showing their head, because you may have some people on your team that, and I was just telling Louise this earlier, this is the reason why you have to have group trainings and stuff like this, because as a scout, remember, as you're the head coach of your team, you're the head coach, you have to be able to scout your team talent. You may see some people in your organization whose head is popping up that you need to grab them, right? And you can help cultivate them to bring that skill set out of them. And that's the person you need to have at the front. You see what I'm saying? But you have consistent meetings to scout your team talent to be able to know who you can grab. See, when I had to step away and I had to start doing different things, I had been scouting my team. So I knew Aaron Mattis could lead my team if I was gone. I already knew he could. I knew his leadership skill. I understood his personality. I understand his wisdom and his knowledge. I understand the fear of God he had in his heart. So I knew putting him at the front, I ain't had to worry about it. You follow me? But you have to be scouting your team to understand what do you have as a coach, and then where can you put your players? Does that make sense? So let's not try to put people where they don't need to be. Let's allow people to be where they should be, and then scout the talent to put them in position. That's what you got to do.
Adrian, I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
As far as the His Grace Broadcasting Network versus the back office, can you tell the difference with what are we going to be doing over here in the app, and what's going to be over here in the back office? Like, just explain the two. You were talking about it earlier and I didn't catch it.
Okay, all right, so the difference of that, well, His Great Broadcasting Network, obviously with that being the app, the application process itself is where our trainers are going to be at. So if we do like 11 o'clock mastermind training, or like this training I'm doing right now, you're not going to find us in the back office. It's going to be on the app. So there's going to be certain trainers that we'll have that's going to be in the app only, right? That's going to be in our process only. Like I got a YouTube, Megan got a YouTube. We typically will put our trainers on the YouTube, but that's to people that's not a part of our community. So we're only going to put that on the app, right? So a person will have to pay the $4.99 for them to be able to get the app for the training, as well as we do a live stream, or if we do something like that, like our events was live for the regional, they can see that on the app. right? So that app has different features that the back office doesn't have as well, that people can be able to see that event live, right then and there. Then it can be recorded. So Apostle Dixon does a great job of being to make sure that all of our events, our content, and our training is on our channel. So in the back office, you will have different things like, you may have the live sessions for the trading. You may have some stuff like from Rodney Burris or Linda Rogers Brown, stuff back there like that. That's going to be there, right? But these type of pro bono trainings is going to be on the app only.
Thank you.
All right, you're welcome. All right, last question.
Hey, Adrian. Oh. Hey, Adrian, this is Jackie again. I didn't want you to think I was being rude. I was at work and I was on mute, so that's why I didn't say anything. But thank you so much for your answer.
All right, you're welcome. All right, anybody else out there?
Yes, Adrian. Hi, this is Cherie. I'm from Miami, Florida. I had a question, and this is more so of a placement question. My son, it's 15 years old, and he has piqued interest in Forex. I know he's too young to actually trade. He's interested in the company, and I'm just trying to see where to bring him in under as far as the packages, and how much can he actually do?
Okay, this is a great question. All right, so number one, he's not too young to trade. We got people 10 years old, 11 years old that trade. I think most of what you're saying is for the broker account. I'm going through the broker account. And so me and Kiana's going through some stuff right now, and I'm gonna pour Aaron on it with the custodial accounts. Because with some brokers, you can have a custodian account that the parents sign off on, and the child can have their own account on the broker side. So we're working on seeing which brokers that we can get our children enrolled into. So the youth program that I just put out there is a program that I had years ago that I'm rekindling inside Xtream. It's called the Young G.U.N.Z, right? So we have the Xtream Young G.U.N.Z process, right? Where a person can enroll, they have their own Telegram, they're gonna have their own secret society. It's just gonna be youth entrepreneurs. And so within their space, so your child can enroll inside of that process. I'll send out the Telegram. I'll have it posted up in one of the chats here in a moment. And you can actually enroll your kids into it. So when I say children, I don't care if they're 10 years old to 21, right? Put them in that Young G.U.N.Z group, because our whole goal is to cultivate the youth entrepreneur. So they'll have their own conference calls, they have their own Telegram. We already created their Instagram. They have their own Instagram. They have their own Facebook chat. They'll have their own conference calls where it's going to be led by them, right? And so we'll have certain leaders in that space that'll be able to help them. My daughter's a part of that group. Reagan's daughter's a part of that group. Reagan's son is actually a trader. So he trades. So he's going to be helping out. We have some of the leaders with Aaron and Aaron King Pips and Kiana, our educators. Chi and Chrissy is going to be helping cultivate the educational side. I'm going to be teaching them how to trade. So that's why I went through the whole academy back and forth. We know my daughter this weekend, I had set her down, made her go through taking the signals, MetaTrader 4. So these are things I'm already putting inside their Telegram chat. So the Xtream Young G.U.N.Z is for the youth entrepreneurs of Xtream. That's what it's for, okay? And so we will have a whole youth community of just young entrepreneurs. So yes, you can start them out at the $19.99 to be at a sale. That's fine. But I'm gonna have all these kids on a full membership plan. They all gonna be 124s, right? And they're gonna be rocking, because my whole goal is to have them be high 6-figure and 7-figure earners. That's my whole point, is to make sure that they're making money out the market and out the compensation, because they can build their business up. It's not about just being a $19.99 with this group of kids. I'm taking these kids to a high 6-figure income. And so I want these kids to be making $100,000 in high school. I want them to be making $50,000 in high school. I want them to be making, $100,000 they freshman year in college. You know what I'm saying? Where they can focus on their books. They know how to make some trades and get some money that way. Reagan just put it in the Telegram. I want to teach these kids how to really be an entrepreneur. Like, I was making $50,000, $60,000 a year when I was 18 in college. You know what I'm saying? I was making more than my professor when I was in college. You follow me? And so I don't have no, they're young, they can't do it. Remember in our previous platform, them guys started when they was 13, 14. You follow what I'm saying? and they know a lot, right? And so we got to make sure that we give our kids the proper homage for their mindset, because these kids sharp. So yes, you can enroll him at the $19.99, and that's fine, right? But if you want him to be in a Young Guns group, you need to enroll him at a 124 and give him a full site, right? Because I'm gonna teach them how to navigate and build their entire business. They will be independent owners, not just kids. These are young, these Xtream Young Guns, and that Z stand for New Zeal. That NZ is because it's a new zeal. Like a lot of our Black and brown children get looked at negatively, just like they look at guns, right? They look at it for something for negative or harmful, but they use for protection. Like they powerful, they influential, right? They're a different view. Don't see them and see fear. Now you see them and you see a new zeal of the influence that they have, right? Because they are influencing the whole world, right? The youth of our generation are influencing the world. So we want to make sure that we identify them with that new zeal that they have of innovation. These kids are creators and innovators. And so we have to give them that space to grow. And that's what I'm all about. I've been serving for youth for a long time. I was a youth pastor for a long time. I serve with youth forums in my group. I'm already approved for Charlotte-Mecklenburg school system. I have been for years. I've been teaching in high schools and middle schools and different schools for years. And so my goal is to help teach these kids how to be high six-figure earners. So you enroll your child, you know what I'm saying, or whatever your budget say fit. But if you put them in that young guns group, your child need to be a 124, because I'm gonna teach them the whole website, and I'm gonna teach them how to build a business to a six-figure income. So that's what I'm gonna do. So their chat is in there. So if you want to enroll your child, y'all can copy and paste that and send that to your kids to enroll inside the Telegram.
Okay, that's great. Yes, because I mean, with me, I can see he's going a different path. I myself, I'm a dentist, but I see that's not his path. He's always been innovative. He's on the computer. He has his own channel. So that's what he wants to do. So this is what I wanted to know, where to actually place him so he could be successful at what it is he want to do.
Absolutely. That's beautiful. Like all kids ain't meant for college. When I go speak at schools, and it's not that they're not smart enough for college, don't get it twisted. They just don't want to do that. Because some people are naturally gifted to create on their own. And we got to understand, before it was colleges, how do we learn, y'all? We learn in villages. If I wanted to be a carpenter, I went to go learn from the carpenter. If I wanted to go be, a locksmith, I learned from the locksmith, right? So people learn based upon the trade that they wanted to learn. So we don't need college to learn trades or how to be successful with money. That's a social situation to learn how to work in groups, and that's fine, but that's not the key to become successful. So I want to make sure that we highlight these gifts that these kids have, and we allow them an opportunity to allow God to use them for their own gifts to create what they need to create. So this is a vehicle to teach them independence of how money works as they fund their own goals and dreams. Like, that's my whole goal, is to help your children activate whatever their gift is, for them to take care of themselves. Not to feel like we got to send them to college or fill out somebody's job application to be successful. That's not what this is about. I've been teaching this across the country forever. Activate your children's gifts that's inside of them and allow them to feed themselves. Don't send them to nobody's job to fill out an application so they feed your child. Allow your child to get strong in their gifts so they can feed themselves. It's a big difference in the mindset.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Hi, Mr. Sloan. My name is Laura, and I am 10 years old. I have my own $124 package, and I'm interested in what I was wondering if I could join the group.
Yes, you can join the group, baby. Tanny, that's your daughter, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, me and your mama road dogs. Of course you can join the group. So you can, Tammy, give her that link from the Telegram, and we will be glad to have you in there. And I have you helping coach with the kids, and you can help me do some co-coaching. How about that?
That would be an honor, Mr. Sloan.
Oh, listen to that baby. Tammy, you done did a good job with that baby. You done did a good job with that baby, Tammy. But yes, man, we'll be glad to have you. You get enrolled, and I'm gonna start working on the Young Guns opportunity schedule and y'all coaching schedule. That'll be laid out for y'all this week. So we want to get everybody in there, and then you guys will be launching out here soon, okay? And so And the Xtream Young G.U.N.Z gonna have their own logo, y'all. They got their own shirts. They got their own piece of the brand.
I'm very excited.
They got their own division in Xtream. So be looking out for that. Xtream Young G.U.N.Z gonna have their own merch. It's gonna be dope. It's gonna be dope. So we're excited, man. We're excited.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, so I see we got who else in here? That was Tandy, May 6th, and Nicole Williams. That'll be our last two questions. Then we're gonna get out
Gotta
of here.
get their own television show.
Oh yeah, for sure, bro. We definitely need to do that. All
Hey,
right.
so this is May 6th. So you just got me like way excited. Appreciate you taking the time to speak to us and give us this wisdom. So my daughter, I have a 13-year-old, and she is like super pumped. We were in Atlanta together at the event, and you know, just been constantly digging in and learning everything. And I brought her in at the 99, and of course she's, you know, ready to move it on up. And this is my first time hearing about the Young G.U.N.Z, so I'm super pumped about that. Like, that's amazing. So my question is it possible, would you consider doing a launch for my daughter, but specifically focusing on, you know, her age group, the young people?
Absolutely. No, absolutely. And thank you for the kind words. But they're gonna have their own system. Like, they're gonna have a hyper launch. Like, we already got the hyper launch training for them. So we're tweaking it from how we had it before. Because it's, you know, obviously different opportunity kind of situation, different content just a little bit. But as we get comfortable with the rollout, how we're gonna train it, they'll have their hyper launch training. They will have launch calls. Like, they're gonna have a whole system of what they need to be doing. And so, like, you know, obviously Devin's doing a great job. You know, Devin went platinum already at 10,000 a month. He's going to be on that call coaching, helping with the coaching. But we'll have identified leaders as they start ranking up and moving up in the compensation program, right? I'm going to start identifying and teaching trainers on how to train. And so their launch calls, and I was the adult in the group, you know, I'm gonna help facilitate, and I have a couple other leaders that's gonna help me with them as well. But we will help them launch, and we will have trainers that's gonna help train them. Absolutely, based on their level. And then also, you know, obviously we want to get their parents involved. So when we're working with the kids, we'll always have that custodial parent relationship, right? To make sure that they're going in that right direction. So we want to make sure we put the whole deal together. Guys, we're raising a village. This is a whole community project. You know what I mean? It's one thing to say, you know, we're going to have a Black Wall Street, but it's another thing to build the whole daggone village, the whole city, not just the businesses. We want to work on the heart, mind, and soul of economics of that whole family. And as we do that, guys, that's going to change the game. Like, my daughter pushed me. When I see her doing better and she learned, it pushed me. Like, you know, we put stuff in our kids, and our kids come back and put stuff back in us, right? And so that's that value exchange, even with our own kids. You know, there's so many parents who sold on God saved because of their kids wanted to be with God. And so we got to understand, like, economics don't just start and stop with us giving it to our kids, but sometimes our kids gonna give it back to us. So we gonna shake up the whole household with this one. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you so much. I'm excited.
You're welcome. All right, we got Nicole in here. That's gonna be our last question. I see Reagan put some stuff in the chat there. Nicole Williams, yes, ma'am.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon, everybody. It's not so much of a question, but a commendation, you know, because I'm just sitting here listening to you rolling out this, and it's just so exciting. And I typed it in the chat, but I didn't want it to go unnoticed, you know, that you guys are always thinking the next step to benefit everybody. And I just really, really feel so, you know, elated, especially because I have kids you know, I have my 13-year-old, I have my 15-year-old, and I have my 21-year-old. So I'm just wanting to laud you guys, you know, all you founders, for always looking out for us and our future. Thank you so much.
Absolutely, you're welcome. We appreciate that. We appreciate that. We always want to serve. You know what I mean? This is something that was in my heart. Like, when I start sitting still for long periods of time, God started giving me different things, and this is kind of what's been happening with me being behind the scene, to just cultivating what that next direction is. And this was the direction, to be able to work with the kids. You know what I mean? Because that's our next wave, y'all. Like, and so when we protecting this house, you know, generational wealth to me is knowledge. You follow me? I seen DJ was putting something on Facebook the other day with his kids trading. I see Kiana put something with her son trading. Like, this has to be common, right? So it's one thing to be able to recruit based upon just talking about how good the opportunity is, but as a company, y'all hear me this, and as I close this out, we have to do a better job of showing the results of what we do. You follow me? So just as much as you're excited about showing your rank flyer, be excited about showing your chart, about your profit and losses, and your trading. Like, show that, right? This is going to take your business to the next level, because people want to actually learn how Forex works. Don't get it twisted. We're a Forex MLM, which means you're supposed to be learning. And it doesn't matter what level a person is on. Everybody can come here, no matter what their level is, and learn the skill set to be able to feed their family for life. This is what we're really doing, y'all, right? So listen, I need y'all to really get on board with this. When you go through that 8 days of trading, and you go through Kiana class, and you go through Chi class, and you get on in the classes with Aaron and Sean, and you go through this process, right? It's a process of learning how to trade. That's what we're really about. That's what we stand for. Xtream FX. That's what we stand on, right? So we have to make sure, y'all, that we're doing what we say we do, right? And I told the founders all the same thing. Everybody about to take their behind through the damn academy. Everybody, right? And you better get in there and take notes and go through it, right? Because we need to be in the sessions too. And so every business that I've ever had, I know my business back and forth. And so being in it, this is the place that I planted my flag. I went that academy from the first video to the last video. And I watched all of them at least 2 or 3 times. Not one time, 2 or 3 times. So as busy as I am with everything that I'm doing to help build the company and everything we got in the background and my other business, y'all can't tell me y'all don't got no damn time. You need to go through these videos and watch them, take notes, watch them, take notes, get on TradingView, call Kiana, inbox Kiana, Aaron, Sean. If you get stuck like I've been doing, I got stuck. Hey, y'all, what this mean? Hey, what that? Hey, help me out, help me out, help me out. And then, y'all, what's going to happen is you're going to be in a position that show your results. This is going to help your recruiting. Show your process. This is going to help your recruiting. And guys, I promise you, you'll upgrade more people. You'll recruit more people, showing exactly how to make money in the market. Again, we're the Ivy League of Forex. We're just not a platform. We're the Ivy League of education. So if all of us are making an extra 10, 20,000 a month through the market, extra 10, 20, 30, $50,000 through the comp program, guys, and our kids are making $5, 10, $15,000, guys, look what we've done. We've created true generational wealth. Knowledge. You follow what I'm saying? Knowledge, guys. This is where we're changing the game. So it's easy for people to upgrade in a system like this. It's easy. You just got to make sure your people know what value is there, right? And then you become the value that you want them to see. So guys, I hope this has been a blessing to you. I got to get out of here. We done went an hour and 10 minutes. I want to make sure we was on here for at least 45 minutes, but this has been great. I really want to open up with the Q&A so we can kind of get some of that addressed. But thank y'all so much for sharing. We're going to turn it back over to Reagan. Reagan, if you got anything you want to say to close us out, but I just want to say thank y'all so much. I appreciate you taking time. And let's really make sure, guys, that we go through this. This will be recorded. It was recorded. I'll send the recording out there to the team. And let's just make sure, y'all, we got too much value for have our people stuck at ranks and stuck and they not upgrading. We just got too much going on. So make sure you go through them 3 steps of hitting your personals, tap rooting, guys. Make sure you're going through and really make sure you got your people in the right position to grow and replicate this process over and over and over. If you got some of your children that's in your genealogy right now in 19 and you want them to be in the Young Guns, upgrade their account. Give them a 99 or 124, upgrade their daggone account, or enroll them today and get them in that Young Guns chat, because we're going to take that by storm. That's where my heart has been led to help. That's the input I want to give my children. As the CFO of this organization, this is going to be my deposit into your family for legacy. I'm going to give my knowledge into your children as well. And I'm going to help. I'm going to get the leaders that around me that I lean on, like the Kianas and Aarons and Sean's of our community, the Chi and Christie's, right? The big gifts. I'm going to get all Byron. I'm going to get all these great people that I respect already in our community and get them to help your people as well, right? And so I'm truly excited, man, about what we got going on, guys. It's a blessing. Thank you for allowing me to serve you. Thank you for allowing me to be a CFO. And thank you for always supporting the things that we do as from the founders. And we really appreciate you guys. We would not be here as Xtream without our whole community. Thank you for Tanny, for everything you've done to your daughter. We're just appreciative, guys, of what you've been doing. And so this is my exchange that I want to give the team. So we're gonna turn this back over to Reagan. If you had anything before we close it out. So let's bring forward to the mic our very own co-founder, our VP of customer service, our legend in here in a blink of an eye. She about to blow past legend like a penny on the sidewalk, the great Reagan Lynch. You got it, Reagan.
You would put me on the spot. You know, I'm momming back here and everybody left me. I wanted Tanny to add, talk about the call that she does in the morning, because we're going to be adding that so people can get on that training orientation. So if Tanny can jump in.
Sure, of course. Great training, Sloan. I mean, like always. So yes, we're gonna be having, you know, office hours, Zoom hours from 7 in the morning to 10 in the morning. Here, you're going to be able to ask questions. You're going to learn, you know, how to get into a trade, how to understand the trade ideas that are coming out, how to read the message and then go into the back office and understand exactly the information that's there, getting in and out of trades and answering questions that you may have an issue with, setting up your MetaTrader 4, you know, funding your account. Also the back office, you know, with transfers, because it's all a new system, you know, and we're all learning, we're always a student, but you have those questions and you need that guidance or that support, you know, from 7 a.m. to 10 in the morning, we're going to be there to serve. So super excited to be, you know, assisting in that aspect.
Okay, awesome. All right, so last thing, thank you, Tanny, for that.
Of course.
Last thing of it is, Adriana just came over here looking crazy. And so last thing of it, say hey. And so last thing of it, guys, as you're sending over your money, Reagan just put the note of it out. That's key too. As your people are sending over their money, like via PayPal and stuff like that, that's great. Please make sure they put the processor fee on there for PayPal, right? Whether they send a PayPal or what have you. Put an extra $10 on top of whatever it is. So you know the 99 is really 104 with the $5 for the processing and the platform. So make sure they send 114. If they send it 124 for that position, make sure they send it like 135, right? And whatever's extra left over, we're not keeping it. We're putting it inside the wallet. We just want to make sure that all funds that's available is enough to cover every membership. So we're not piecing off as we go, and we don't have enough to finish a complete membership subscription, okay? So if you're PayPal and a Cash App and a Zelle, you know, when they just put an extra $10 on it for safe keep, right? So we can make sure when we put it inside the platform, whatever's left, we're gonna put inside your wallet, okay? We just wanna make sure we got enough to carry everybody that coming through, all right? So thank y'all so much, man. We appreciate everybody hopping on. Help everybody going through this process, man. Peace and blessing to everybody. Let's go, man. Y'all know my saying. I believe in being a living legend, not a dead one. Somebody got to pay the price up front and full with no discount. Let's make sure we pay the price this weekend, guys. You know, the Super Bowl was going on, and that's great, but we got to go win the championship for our family, right? We got to go win for us. They winning for them on playing on that field. They've been practicing for years, you know, to get to that position to play that one game, and that's great, guys. Every day we wake up, we're practicing to win in our life every day. Every day we wake up, we're practicing to go win at a high level. So if you got to get in the chart, you got to get in your academy, you got to read your books, you got to work on you got to eat right? You got to pray right, you got to fast right. Like it's so much that goes into becoming a better leader and becoming a better person to be able to lead an organization, right? So let's make sure we do that, man. It's your boy Dynamite Sloan, man. We out of here, man. Y'all have a great day.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
All right, awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Fire as always. Wow.
Thank you.
Sloan. Thank you.
Welcome.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you, Mr. Sloan.
You're welcome, baby. Thank you. I'll see you.
Thank you so much for those nuggets, man. I have
You're
like
welcome.
3 pages of notes.
Oh, that's awesome.